Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And today I'm battling this passerby who was rather persistent. I was trying to get some, I was trying to do some team building, I was trying to do some stuff, left, right and center, but apparently this guy just kept on spamming me, so I was like, okay, do you know what, you want a quick battle? I'll put you in your place real quick. And apparently he accepts. I accept his battle offer, and apparently he had an Uber in his team. But do we care? No, because first of all, it's one Uber. Me flexing in the background. Yes, and we can totally deal with that. I mean, it's just a little Xerneas. I mean, what's the fear about it, right? Right, so out comes King Bong. This is my cousin's inspiration. He originally named it King Bong, but apparently I believe that the language filters do not like the word Bong, so it was defaulted as Infernape. But ladies and gentlemen, the soul of King Bong lives on. I told my cousin back in Salonika, he's like 500 miles away from me, and I told him that they reset the language name. Due to the language filters, they reset it to Infernape, and he's like, oh man, I'm sad, because that was my favorite Infernape. So apparently I have to bring in Zapdos here, because this thing's gonna be a pain in my royal ass. I mean, look at this thing. Raikou, you're completely ridiculous, man. I mean, that heat wave looked like as if it wasn't enough to kill it in the first place, and I was actually kind of scared. I mean, I was like, first of all, what happens if I miss? What happens if so many things? So out comes Good Ninja, and I do not want to be dealing with this thing because I know that these things are fast. And earlier today I did this test battle, but I'm not going to be uploading it because I actually swept someone with a Swellow. Hey, remember that Taylor had back in PBR? Anyway, so I apparently I swept this guy with a Taylor, and he had a Greninja, and my Taylor is max speed, and it outspeeds it perfectly. So I always had this worry. I always had this issue of fearing that Greninja is normally faster than some of the Pokemons that I originally knew, but then I checked his speed, and I was like, oof. That is a relief. So apparently, I know that Greninja is gonna be walled unless it has HP Fire, which is not, which can't happen, can it? So he he has to switch out into his Garchomp because there's nothing he can possibly do. And I switch out into my Suicune to see what he's gonna do. And ladies and gentlemen, I was psychic for like a few seconds. I mean, I had this feeling like, get out of there. And he had a Fire Fang on his Garchomp. Sneaky little you. I mean, I was suspicious. I'm like, why would you send in a Garchomp in the first place? And then I was like, these things do pack Fire Fang, and I'm like, this guy might pack one. I mean, I know people that like to carry that thing around in case of Ferrothorns and whatnot. So anyway, he goes for the Outrage on my Suicune, and I'm like, I do not appreciate that. So that's why I'm gonna go for the Scald and possibly burn him. But am I the insane gamers? No. Well, no. Do I get the burn? Of course not. Why should I get the burn? So apparently, I get some health back with Leech Seed. That's all good. And I could sit here, set up, go for the substitute, maybe a Calm Mind. But I was like, you know what? Let us torture this poor soul. So Astinos can take a Dragon Outrage any time of the day. So hey, how did that happen? He just shifted. I mean, he's got his barbed things planted in the ground, man. How did you push him back without, scratching the arena floor? Anyway, Pokemon logic. So apparently this Garchomp is condemned. Why doesn't he switch out? Why? I was like, why are you still staying in? What are you defending? What are you fighting for? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for the Protect, get some health back, get some lefties back. So no, why did I switch out? Oh well. I go into Suicune thinking that he might go for Fire Fang. As a matter of fact, he got confused, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot he's got an Outrage left. But anyway, he slaps himself in the face, and I did not want to be risking the fact that he might have gone for the Fire Fang and broken through confusion, and that would have been pretty bad losing my Ferrothorn that way. So Xerneas comes out. This thing is my nemesis. This thing is oh my god. Xerneas, you're ridiculous, man. I mean, man, these things are so tanky. That's why I hate Ubers. So that Xerneas will go for the Aurora Beam. Not that it matters. it does drop your attack, I know, and I do need it for. I do need my attack intact for just in case me wanting to go for a for a whip or something. But apparently it packs close combat. I'm like, you prickly you little prick you, and he gets some iron barbs damage, and I'm like, that thing has got some pretty much good coverage. And on top of that, I missed Leech Seed, which is horrifically terrible. So all I can do is switch my Astinos out and back into my Suicune that I know that it can take a what do you call it, a close combat. So that also obliges my opponent to drop his defenses even lower for me to leave a very good dent with a Scald. So that's kind of nice. So he's gonna go for the Geomancy now, and he's absorbing power, and I'm like, oh, that thing, he's gonna go for the Geomancy, and he's gonna have a power hub, but he doesn't apparently, which is kind of good. And the bad thing is that even though with 2 special defense drops, Suicune is not that strong enough to take an attack to the face. So my opponent goes for the Geomancy and now gets his speed, special attack, and special defense by +2 equally, respectively. So I predicted him to go for the Moonblast, and I was expecting it to go, but apparently you take 2 turns for it anyway. So Moonblast, he's gonna go for it now. I'm like, okay, Suicune's gonna die, but no, this is why he's a dog, ladies and gentlemen. He actually completely tanked that attack. Not that great, but at a range where I can use a Mirror Coat and slap it back at Xerneas' face and just break all of his horns off one by one while it smashes its face on to on the Mirror Coat. I mean, it just broke its face on a piece of glass. So no, Suicune has to be foddered here. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna feature this thing. Okay, Satan and I got together today, and I'm like, Satan, I want a Pokemon that is a complete monster that owns shit. And he's like, okay, how about a shiny Adamant, max attack, max speed, Mega Aerodactyl? And I'm like, well, what would that do? And he's like, dude, just please do what I tell you, man. I mean, I'm the root of all evil. I know how to wreck shit up. I am the god of anarchy. So when I first saw what it can do, ask D. Please ask D what it does. Just ask him. Honestly, ask him. And oh my god, I was like, okay, a warning, ladies and gentlemen. When you see this thing, when you see anything like this, do not let it set up Honclaws. Honestly, take your 3DS, throw it out the window. Do not let it set on claws. Just do not let it set on claws. Just, if you do not have a Prankster with Thunderwave or Taunt or Will-O-Wisp, you're gonna be having a very bad time. This is a warning. Honestly, I am warning you, because this thing is a complete monster. Look how it just late game sweeps. It just took half of this guy's team apart. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I will be posting quite another one quite soon. Hopefully, if I get the permission to do so, I will be posting a battle where Mega Aerodactyl just goes completely crazy. I mean, I've unleashed the root of all evil. So I'll be seeing you guys next time.